What's up, everybody? We are live at Copper Kettle Farms here at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. We have a bunch of people in chat already. We've got JB from Davis Family Farm, one of my favorites, by the way, and she just hit 200, so pretty big deal. High Country Homestead is here, and we're all here just kind of coping with the quarantine. We've got Tim from Ridge Life just showed up. My girl from Farmer's Kind of Life. Hello, how are you? We've got Papa Z. We've got J Love Adventures, making lemonade from lemons. I think Shayla was the first one in. I actually just woke up from a nap. It was kind of involuntary. I was laying here on the sofa and the wood stove's going, and I just carried 300 pounds of feed. And I was like, you know what? I want to lay here for a second. And then I passed out. Luckily, I have a phone alarm for 8:30 to wake up to do the live. So Stacy from Two Family Hempstead is here. Two Family Hempstead, not Two Family. Yellow Rose Hempstead. Why do I do that? It's the 2 or 3 name Hempsteads. I always get them mixed up for some reason. Stacy from Yellow Rose Hempstead is here. Brandon's Outdoor Adventures. Hello, welcome. Walterman. Hey, Megan, how are you? What am I playing tonight? I don't know. It just kind of happens as it happens. I have all kinds of things I could play, and there's all kinds of things people have been requesting that I got to learn to play. So, how are we doing? So, we're doing pretty good. No crisis on food yet. I am picking up a small order from Giant tomorrow. They're doing like a no contact delivery. Small things like Dad wants some Bisquick and syrup. I'm getting some deodorant, some electrolytes and bread, but I'm also going to be making some bread, but it's like this no need 5-ingredient artisan bread. It's not really easy to use for sandwiches. So Samson Farms, hello. And I had to go to TSC today to get feed because our governor here in Pennsylvania declared all non-life sustaining businesses had to close at 8 p.m. tonight. And they're actually going to have the police enforce it tomorrow. I wasn't sure at the time whether that included feed stores because the list was on his website and it crashed due to all the traffic. So I went out and got 300 pounds of feed for the goats and chickens just to last us for the next 2 weeks or so. Come to find out, it's not included. But when I was there, they didn't have any of the normal brands we get for feed, and it was pretty low. So I think it was probably a good idea that I went out and got feed because apparently they were supposed to get a delivery today of chicken feed, and it never came. So I don't know what the shipping's going to be like. So I'm glad I went out. But now I'm like all paranoid. I'm like, oh my God, do I have germs? Germs. Hey, Stringfield Ridge Farm. Luckily, I can still run my business, but I don't think anybody's going to be buying web design and marketing. So I might do some online classes for free. Not for free. I still need to bring in a little bit of money. I might do some cheap online classes on different social media topics through Zoom. I'm going to try to put them together this weekend. Thanks for stopping by, Megan. I really appreciate you stopping by. And no problem. I understand with the kids. His Way Hempstead, hello. Exclamation point. I'm trying to figure out ways that, like, Donald's job's secure. He's not going anywhere. We're always going to have his income. And for those of you that know me on Facebook, have already seen this, but they are considering doing a 2-week quarantine on Donald in that he can't leave work. He has to stay there for 2 weeks, sleep there, eat there. They provide the food. Theoretically, they provide overtime pay for this, but I don't know. So he's not going anywhere. Like, his job's fine. My job, I mean, I can do anywhere, and I've got a lot of work to do. It's just I'm not sure I'm going to get paid for all of it because everybody's struggling right now. So we will see. It's going to be rough. If he gets quarantined for 2 weeks and isn't allowed to come home, that means I get to run everything and try to run my business and all the other things. And that's going to be tough, but we'll work it out. Hey, Sunny's Place. Yeah. All the salons are being shut down. All the restaurants are being inventive around here. They're all doing like takeout or delivery. Even I think they're even lifting restrictions on the beer delivery. So I can go, if I wanted, I could get beer delivered. I don't drink beer. So it doesn't matter for me, but neighbor on the water board of directors knocked on my door asking to see Johnny, thinking she was my kid, then proceeded to tell me the land their water tower's on isn't my property. So yeah, he pissed. And I'm not sure what that means, Nathan. You might have to explain that to me on Marco. But it sounds like you're having property disputes already on your new place. Yeah, TSC was weird. Like the storeroom in the back had a lot of stuff in it, but they didn't have a lot of the normal stuff. And there were still people coming in. I actually ran into my cousin in there. I didn't want to touch anything. I washed my hands when I got home. I disinfected them when I got back in the truck. So we'll see. Ryan Tatos, hello. This is on your other property, and I know who owns it. They only lease it. Okay. It's bold of someone to come knocking on your door like that. Safe distance hello. You have to do it like this. You have to do the Vulcan salute. As far as what's new with us, we also got our. Did I learn free falling yet? No, not yet. I'll work on it though. I do love some Tom Petty. We got our clothesline. That was delivered today, and I put it up today. We didn't really have much sun. I still hung clothes out on it just to try it out, and I love it. Now that we don't have a dryer because our third dryer went up in 2 months. The second one's the one that caused the fire. I pretty much said I was done. So we got our clothesline. Happy about that. And I got a gift this week. I have an unboxing video I'm going to put out tomorrow. I was going to try to do it today, but I'm thinking about showing you guys what I got anyway. Have it half sitting next to me right here in case I decide to show it today. And it was a gift from 𝙎𝙬𝙄𝙇. So I actually cried when I got it. Nothing to clear up. I have the deed. He said, we have a lease with Mr. Petty. I said, land sold to me. Now you have a lease with me. Sucker. Yeah, my head sunny. Yeah, and I know that 𝙎𝙬𝙄𝙇 is currently trying to beat a storm that's, I think they're hitting Minnesota or heading to Minnesota, and they're trying to beat a snowstorm, which I think is supposed to hit here Monday. Saturday and Sunday, it's supposed to be sunny, so we're going to try to do all of our laundry tomorrow night and Saturday morning to get it all out on the line to dry before the snow hits. Snow. It was like 69 degrees today, and we're supposed to get snow. What the F? Walmart in Shreveport is delivering now. Yeah, I think we're going to start doing TSC deliveries now too because of everything. And they'll deliver for free if your order's over $50, and our order's always over $50. So some poor lady got backhanded at the SR. What for? 67 there today. 75 degrees, yeah. Oh, look, it's Donald. There's the other half of Copper Kettle. He brought me chocolate last night because I had such a bad day yesterday. I had a horrible day yesterday. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to do anything. Samson Farm says, he told me I couldn't do anything on that land and threatened to put a fence around it. And I said, don't block my gate and don't step on my property to erect your fence. Oh, wow. I don't know why neighbors got to be like that. Like, is it a paranoia thing? Like, I've got neighbors that their kids keep coming on our land, and I do have to address that because it's not safe, and I don't want to be liable if their kids get hurt, but I don't mind if they're here. We're here, and they're supervised. In your yard, hello from Australia. Money Pit Homestead. Always welcome. In your yard, how are things going for you? I know you've been insanely busy lately. I've been keeping track of your channel. What? Rebecca Nichols says that the woman that got slapped has allergies and sneezed, and the guy was close to her and backhanded her, making her nose bleed. Are you kidding me? See, yeah. Ozark Mountain Goats, hello. This is what worries me, and I talked about this. I have a personal blog that I blogged on. I didn't share it or anything yet because I'm trying to decide that's where I want to put it, but I was talking about the quarantine and everything and what we've done to mentally prepare for it. But the next step, I'm wondering about the civil unrest that may happen. And I feel like that's part of what's going to happen. A friend of mine, a business associate of mine, told me actually a couple minutes ago that he got the last 2 boxes of 12 gauge ammo. I have not stocked up on ammo. I have some, but not enough. And I just don't know. Other people are worried about like people stealing their chickens or their eggs. So who knows what's going to happen. I have good relationships with my neighbors. So I actually messaged everybody this morning to see if they needed anything, how they were all doing. I think we're good here. I want to go meet some of the neighbors I don't know, but I can't do that now. I think it's going to be worse in the large cities. I think out in the country, we're a little bit more well-mannered in a way. I say that, and it's not necessarily country versus city. It's your ethics and upbringing, but yeah, our chickens and goats are pretty close to the house, but they're still accessible. I mean, if it comes down to it, rotating shifts, I guess, for keeping an eye out on things. Like, I might have to just stay up all night with the shotgun. I don't know. In your yard says it's crazy here, and he's in Australia. Supermarket shelves empty. Even garden centers have been cleaned out of seeds and seedlings. Yeah. I actually have to get seed potatoes. It was one thing I hadn't gotten yet, and I completely forgot about. So we'll see if I can get them. Stacy from Yellow Rose says, I'm concealed carrying. I think about carrying on the truck. Yeah, when we go out from now on, we're going to be carrying. I have my license to carry. Donald lost his at work when it fell down a sewer, and we just haven't gotten it replaced, and we weren't going to retrieve it out of there. So that was a while ago. So I have mine. He's technically has it. He just doesn't have the card, so we have to get that replaced, and I don't think we're going to do that during any of this. I said that the virus doesn't bother me. It's the panic and the craziness of the people. Yeah. Why? Donald, your whole world is full of shit. So Shayla says, I saw a video where women were fist fighting over toilet paper because the family had 6 of the 12 roll toilet paper. I think I saw that same video. I have toilet paper, but I got it like before things went crazy. We get the 12 roll packs, and we go through maybe like one a month. And I had maybe a third of one left here at the house. And when I was out shopping, this was like the week of March 9th, I bought 2 extra. I didn't buy 6 extra or 10 extra. I just bought 2. And I haven't opened them yet. I probably will open one this weekend because I think we're down to like 3.5 rolls of what we had before. But J Love says she was trying to get her sweet potatoes in the ground today, but the rain came too early. Yeah, I gotta get some sweet potatoes. Constitutional carry is now in MO. Is that Minnesota? I don't know all my state acronyms. The M ones, because you get like MS, MO, MI, and I'm like, which one is it? Hey, Brian Lowe's. Yeah. And there was actually a meme, Donald talking about the socks, where a woman had a basket. Like, I knew I saved all those one sock for nothing, for something. And it was a basket of just the single socks. MO is Missouri. Okay. Yeah, I have a hard time remembering the acronyms for the M states. Except Maryland, because I'm from there. So did you guys want to see what I was gifted for my 40th birthday? Which isn't until next month, by the way. But they wanted to get me this now. And it's probably going to be my #1 used thing this year. Somebody can probably guess what it is. Donald, you're not allowed. Marco Polo friends probably could guess. I think they saw it already or heard about it already. 1600 in my town. I live in an apartment complex for seniors and disabled, and we had Homeland Security here this past summer. Ooh. We've already seen a few unusual items. What, in the toilet, Donald, or in the septic? All right, so I'll show you guys what I got for my 40th birthday, which is next month. And I was gifted this by Yellow Rose Homestead because they're amazing. Like, this is one of my favorite homesteads ever. Like, and Chris and Stacy from Yellow Rose are 2 of the nicest, funniest, and most incredible people. Because is it Walker? I'm not that old yet. Whippersnappers. But it's something that I think is going to be a game changer for our family because it's something I've never used before. And it might surprise some of you guys because we're in a homesteading community. But this is what they got me. So this is the lid of it anyway. I have the big part over there. This was my 40th birthday present from Yellow Rose Homestead. I'm so excited because now we're doubling our cooking or our growing. So I'll be doubling my cooking and canning, and I'm really excited for that. So thank you, Yellow Rose Homestead. And I will have a video out with the unboxing and me being a teary, sappy mess when I opened it yesterday. Hey, Nathan Neal. Welcome to my live. Model 921. Oh, does it say? Yes, Model 921. And it's one of the All-American canners. And again, I've never pressure canned before. I've done water bath canning, but it's mostly like jelly and tomato sauce. So I've already been reading books, and I've got canning books. So that's pretty much going to be my spring, is figuring out what I need to do. I want to pressure can meat too. So Nathan Neal is a local friend of mine that does websites like I do. This is his first time on the chat, so. What else? Naturally NC. Hey, Deanna. For those of you that don't know, Naturally NC and Davis Family Farm they work together. And they're both nurses, so let's give them a little bit of a love and attention if you can follow their channels for and Stacy over at Yellow Rose Homestead as well for their sacrifice, because they are the truck drivers that are bringing us our goods, and then JB over at Davis Family Farms, and Deanna at Naturally NC are the ones keeping people healthy during all of this. So, Sunny asks, what do you use to build websites, or do you hard code? I use WordPress for the content management system, but I do tend to hard code a lot of things. Now, when you're using WordPress, you have to develop what's called a theme. So it's like a base package of how a site is built. And a lot of things are the same. Like a lot of sites have a header and a footer. So I'll reuse a lot of the code that was already established for those, so I don't have to redo it, and then just customize it per client depending on what they want. But I do use WordPress a lot. I have used other systems, like if people want a Shopify site built, I've done those. I don't like doing them. BigCommerce. I don't know that I've used any other content management systems in quite a while, though. Did I miss somebody else that came in? Nathan says, my grandma can tell you all about pressure canning and probably would enjoy the conversation. I would love to talk to people that have experience with it, because it's kind of nerve-wracking, but I know that they're not going to sell these things and them not be safe. It just has to make sure it's not user error on my part. So, Donald, I know you're at work and everything. What kind of stuff are people flushing right now? I know 3 of the top things that Donald says people flush down the drain at wastewater treatment plants are condoms, baby wipes, and I want to say he said tampons. But none of which you're supposed to flush, by the way. But he took me on a tour of the plant a couple years ago, and it's... Oh, and money. We've gotten $100 out of the poo, and it was disinfected and put back in circulation. So let me tell you, this fear about coronavirus on money is legit, because the amount of stuff that gets taken out of wastewater plants and put back in circulation, and then of course strippers and cocaine and all that. But you know, hey, Pete's Little Homestead. What did I miss? Coffee cup software in use here too, family. I do recall hearing about Coffee Cup. I probably should play with some of the other CMSs in my time. Like I've used Drupal. I don't like it. I've used Joomla. I hate it. But you laundered money. Donald laundered money. I think people flush money when it's like a drug deal gone wrong. That's the only time I can think that people would need to flush money. "99% of all paper money has traces of cocaine and human waste on it." Well, I just became a credit card fanatic, because that's disgusting. Just follow the manual. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. It came with the manual, and then I have got like 3 or 4 canning books that I'm going to look at. And of course, the Bell canning book. Craft CMS at work to manage all of our content on the back end. Yeah, I had a client that was using Simple CMS before, and it was awful. I haven't heard of Craft CMS. Thank you, Stacy, for stopping by. You guys drive safe on your way to Minnesota. How much money has Donald made on the side? Like at the wastewater plant, I think we've only gotten like around $100. Usually it's like 20s that are flushed. So yeah, and other operators, I think he mentioned someone had found a $100 bill at one point in time. So yeah, I wish you could find the money before it goes into that compactor, because who knows how much money goes through there. But I doubt anybody's going to come claim money from a wastewater plant. Hey, Mama Z's Texas Chicken. Why do I do that with your channel? Mama Z's Texas Kitchen, not chicken. I'm just going to rename you. That's all there is to it. Hey, aw, that's so nice. Thank you, High Country Homestead. Well, I don't know if you were talking about me. I guess I shouldn't assume. Because she wants chickens. Yeah, that's your new name, Misty. Mama Z's Texas Chicken. Mama Z's Texas Quail. I need to work on my song list, guys. I could play some Stained. I really like Stained, but I really like it now that Aaron Lewis has gone independent. He's kind of got this country outlaw rock thing going on. I'm jealous of Naturally NC because she went to see my current obsession, Tyler Childers, in concert a couple weeks ago. Your face is a song list. Your belly's a song list. This is my life. It's not what it was before. All these feelings I've shared, these are my dreams that I've never lived before. Somebody shake me, 'cause I must be sleeping. Now that we're here and it's so far away, all the trouble we thought was in vain, and all the mistakes one life contained, they all finally start to go away. Now that we're here and it's so far away, and I feel like I can face the day, I can forgive and I'm not ashamed to be the person that I am today. And these are my words that I've never said before. I think I'm doing okay. And this is the smile that I've never shown before. Somebody shake me, 'cause I must be sleeping. And now that we're here and it's so far away, all the trouble we thought was in vain, and all the mistakes one life contained, they all finally start to go away. And now that we're here and it's so far away, and I feel like I can face the day, I can forgive and I'm not ashamed to be the person that I am today. There's some Stain for you. Let's see what I missed though. I see mentions of Franklin. For those of you that don't know, Donald and I have both named our bellies that we want to evict, and Donald's is named Franklin. So all of my Marco friends, they know about Franklin. And I love Franklin. What else did I miss? Oh, now they're talking about Esther. So Esther is my name for my belly that I want to get rid of. Aw, thanks to you, family. So we're both evicting Franklin and Esther this year. Actually, I don't know if it's the quarantine or if it's just that I'm not really rationing on purpose, but I am eating less. And I think I'm just subconsciously rationing, and I haven't felt hungry. But in the last week and a half, I've lost 12 pounds. And it could also be because I'm home and I'm not at the office sitting all day long, that I'm out, like I take a break to go out and do something outside just to mentally like not go crazy. So awesome. Thanks, Nathan. Nathan, not Samson Farms Nathan. Samson Farms Nathan's the troll that's in the chat. You're dieting and you gained weight. That happens to me too. I will say that when I eat a lot of bread, I tend to like, I don't know if my body has like this autoimmune thing where I bloat. I'll gain like 10 pounds when I eat bread, and it comes off, but it's like this water weight thing that pisses me off. Heaven's Essentials, hello, welcome. Good to see you again. Samson Farms, super troll of being loved by all. Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't eat much pasta here because I love it. Pasta and bread. I am about to bake some bread, but I'm probably going to regret it. I think what we do, and actually maybe I'll do that, Donald. I have some spaghetti squash. We take spaghetti squash and I'll bake it in the oven for like an hour. And then I'll put some butter in it, let it melt and mix together. And then I'll put, I'll use that for spaghetti. And then Samson Farms has a good recipe video on making zucchini boats pizzas. So maybe I'll do that this year too. Farmer's Kind of Life, I need to stop baking bread. Well, I saw your post this morning saying that people were buying up all the flour, so you might not have a choice. I haven't gotten into our flour supply yet. Yeah, I don't think people, like coming from my grandparents were cattle farmers, you feed grain to cattle to fatten them up before you take them to slaughter. So that's what grains are technically for, is fattening up. It's good for a calorie intake when you're starving. I've actually eaten a lot of potatoes lately because I read that if you, in a dire situation, you can technically live off potatoes and butter because of the calorie intake and the nutrients that you get from both. And obviously this isn't a long-term decision, but if it got down to it, like during the Scottish or the Irish potato famine, if you needed to, you could live off potatoes and butter. So I bought a lot of extra butter in the freezer because you can freeze salted butter. And I need to get some more potatoes, but I do have some. You're just thinking about buying flour so you didn't have to get bread. Yeah. I have a bread on my order for Friday pickup or tomorrow pickup at Giant. We'll see if they actually have any, though. I don't know. It sounds like they're all just out of everything, which is, it's weird to me that we're out of everything now, but we've never been out of it before if people just buy normal rations. But I think it's just the panic buying, I guess. You're baking bacon cheddar bread. Now that sounds amazing. There was this place in Baltimore that would make the best bread. They would take cheese that was old and was getting ready to go bad, and they would bake it in the bread, and it was the best bread ever. I need to figure out a way to do that. Is it way too early to start prepping the garden? I normally buy plants that have already grown a bit. It's not too early now if you do from seed. For our zone in 6B, we started planting at the end of February, and it was like cold weather stuff like lettuces, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. So a lot of them are the colder weather crops. This weekend we're planting tomato from seeds, but you can go ahead and start buying probably some starts. I might have some starts because we're planting. I've already planted like, I don't know, like 2,000, 3,000 seeds if you count all of the onions that we planted. So we will probably have some extra starts for people if they want. But we don't actually put in the ground outside here until Mother's Day. Now I just need my greenhouse built. Donald. Since we tore down the other one, we finally did finish tearing it down. We just have all these windows now. And actually, that's something we could do tomorrow, Donald. Let's go pick up the windows at that barn so we can at least get all the windows together, and then we just have to go buy wood and build a greenhouse out of these windows. I never had luck from seeds. I normally get plants from the Amish. Yeah, and that's a way to do it too. I usually don't get those until April, but I usually have a place to put them to sit. So I don't know if you have a place you can stick them for a while. You just started seeds today. Yay. Yeah, when can you plant? Because you're in Minnesota, right? Farmer's Kind of Life. You like making tortillas. I've never made tortillas, although I did make a bunch of burritos this morning. Well, if you can't find a place, Nathan, let me know, because we are literally planting thousands and upon thousands of plants this year. I don't think we'll have the room for all of them, so we'll probably be selling some, or I might just find a place to put them if I can't sell them. But since we're doubling our garden and now I'm going to be canning, we're going to have tons of food. You plant at the end of May, beginning of June. Wow. You know what's weird is I grew up in Maryland, like northern Maryland, Carroll County. That's where I was born. We always planted in April, but you come up 30 minutes north into Pennsylvania and suddenly you can't plant until May. It's weird. Orion says, my uncle picked up several dozen tomato plants for my mom. Her tiny greenhouse is hopping. Yeah, I need my greenhouse. Maseca to make tortillas and tamales. I don't know what maseca is. That sounds awesome. Norway Farm, hello, welcome. We're just sitting here chatting about, well, everything. Playing a little music, talking about our goals for the garden. We have tons of tomato seeds. I'm trying to decide if I really want to plant. I originally was only going to plant like 4 varieties because it's I eat the black crims off the vine. That's like my eating tomato. I get black cherry as my cherry tomato, and I'll eat them like candy. We get Romas or Amish paste for my paste tomatoes. And then those are really the 3 major ones that we get. Dad wants a big beef tomato, so I actually have to do a seed order here soon because there's some I don't have. You planted 100 tomato seeds. 110. Holy crap. Do you have room for 110 tomato plants? That's crazy. Although I completely sympathize. I would probably do the same thing. Maseca is that stuff you make. You're funny, Donald. You're so funny. See, this is why Donald and Samson Farms, I think, would get along really well, because they're both smartasses, is what that is. Yeah, I hate working from home, his way home said. Like, I don't get nearly as enough done. And so I have to work longer because there's just distractions, like court barking or dad watching The Young and the Restless or dad watching Westerns. And then I just like working in my office because it's quiet and I can focus. You have too many plans this year for the garden. I need to get your elderberry, blueberry, and raspberries in the ground. Yeah. I did a video a couple weeks ago on our channel about, we got some of the, they're not suckers. When a raspberry plant does its arch and the end touches the ground and it turns into its own root system, we collected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 or 8 of those, and they are growing crazy. So I've got 8 brand new raspberry plants. I'm tempted to go hike in the woods out back this weekend if the weather's nice, which I think it's going to be, and see if I can find more and replant them. You have a home office, but it sucks. I'm using your webcast as an excuse not to work at the moment. Yeah, this is my excuse not to work at the moment. I will actually be working on social media clients tonight until Donald gets home after this. Would much rather be in the office building. Yeah. I mean, I technically could. I'm the only one that goes into my office. It's not like I have people there, but I have to go through a hallway through other office people and even apartment dwellers that live on the 3rd floor of my office building. I don't know that I want to do that or risk that. So here I am with that dog over there. Oh, he looked at me. Am I working for him when it's just me right now? All four of us are here, so that changes things. Yeah, that's the other thing. I think maybe if I sat at the dining room table, then rather on the couch, it would be easier. But it's still in the same room with the television, so who knows? You don't work at all? Is that wrong? No, I would love to not work. I would love for just people to want to give me money to hear me sing, or if my web design company took off and I can just hire a project manager, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. But hey, you guys get a free Crystal Groves concert on YouTube. I noticed a lot of artists are doing that right now, giving away free concerts and art and all the things. Use a lot of salsa in your house. I was trying to think, like, as a side thing right now, I might start doing, I think I mentioned this earlier, as an extra income for me, I'm doing online classes for marketing, not free ones. But, and I did decide that all my social marketing clients that I have, I'm not going to, if they can't pay, I'm not, like, I don't want to tell them they don't have to pay, because then they might not all pay and I don't have any money coming in. But if they are struggling, then I'm not going to stop doing the work for them. I'm still going to work and market their company. I feel for everybody. Everybody's suffering right now. And then with Governor Wolf declaring all non-essential businesses have to close, that, I mean, all non-life sustaining businesses, but ours isn't included in that, the technology field, because we don't really work with people directly. So I would love the business coaching. Like, I would love some business coaching from you, Nathan. So, because right now I do okay, but I need business coach. Like, I've never gone to college. I've never taken any courses on managing a business. I've literally just been learning it as I go. So, and the link that Naturally NC just posted, that is something that was launched today. And on Facebook, it's already gotten like over 30 shares and over 4,000 people have seen it. I designed, if you guys remember, do you guys remember Victory Gardens from World War II and World War I? It was a government marketing propaganda that was intended to get people to grow food so that they wouldn't be so dependent on the government food supply, and that instead could go to the troops that were overseas. It was a big thing, and it worked really well. It got people growing their own food and thinking about supplying, their own gardens and stuff. I decided to reinvent that because I feel like we're in a place for that now, but I didn't want it to be focused on the Victory Garden or the war aspect of it. So I've renamed it to Grow a Patriot Garden. It's a new marketing campaign that I'm doing, and it's going really well for one day. But above that link you can actually buy a poster of it if you want. You can see the design for it. It's very simple, but I'm promoting this new marketing campaign called Grow a Patriot Garden. And that is intended for people to think about detaching themselves from the broken food system as much as they're able. I know there's people that live in apartments and they can't grow full-blown gardens, but they could grow something, even herbs in a windowsill or something, or support local farmers. So growing a Patriot Garden is this new thing that I think is, I'm trying to promote it as the American way, or the patriotic way of supporting Americans, not the American government. And yeah. And we raise rabbits and we butcher, and I teach workshops on that. So if somebody wants to know how to butcher a rabbit or a chicken, we do workshops on that. And I will be doing chickens again in June. So if anybody wants to come over, I'll walk you through the whole process. You can be a part of the whole process, anybody that's local. Hi, Susan. What else am I missing? Yeah, Nathan, I think Nathan, not Samson Farm Nathan. I think you and I would be really good. I know we don't want to partner with anybody, but I think we would be really good partnered associates. I don't know, like partners that aren't partners. I don't know what that would be. Thank you, Amy, for stopping by. Gonna do one of those awesome adult conversations about debt payoff. Ooh, yeah. I finally got my mortgage caught up this month, but now I'm like, all right, do I have the income to pay my mortgage next month? We'll see. Yeah, feel free to share the Patriot Garden poster. I have a link on our website. If you wanted to buy a poster, I'm thinking about buying one just to see what the quality of the poster is like. I don't know where I put it though, because my dad's got so much stuff on the walls. Like I have a lasso on my wall. I don't have any horses or cattle, but I have a lasso. And all these pictures. This picture's cool. The one with the baseballs, that's my grandfather. He used to play for the Orioles when they were in the minor league, and that was a recruiter. He was a pitcher, and the recruiter was trying to recruit him, and he was holding 7 baseballs in one hand. So probably won't grow rabbit anymore. Our government is about to release a new virus to control them. Like to make them die off in Australia or what in your yard? I'm not sure what that means. Sunny's Place. I'll have to check that out. I don't know what the Wartime Kitchen and Garden video series is. I do know that, and this is just because I've been obsessed with this movie lately, the movie Julia and Julie about Julia Childs, that her, if you have Amazon Prime, her entire show is now available for Prime, and I'm going to start watching it because who doesn't love French food? And then Clara's Kitchen is another YouTube channel that I used to watch when I worked for a big agency down in Frederick doing websites. She was 90-some years old at the time then. She has since died, but she grew up around the Depression. So she teaches videos on Depression cooking, what they used to eat and how they used to survive during the Depression, like a lot of potatoes, hot dogs. But she would make really good meals out of it. I actually made one today called the Poor Man's Meal. So if you look it up, Clara's Kitchen, Clara, charming older lady, just like Julia Child. But she talks about stories while she's cooking about the Depression era. I'll link the channel at some point. But any 3 Doors Down or Stone Sour? I don't think so. I used to play Broken. Who sang that? It wasn't Stone Sour though. I know they did a duet with Amy Lee at one point with that song, and the guy that sang it with her was who she was married to. It was another S band, but it was the same genre as Three Doors Down and Stone Sour. Feral rabbits are a big problem there. Really? See there you go. That one. Feral rabbits. I'm totally having a Monty Python moment with that, Josh. I'll have to check that out, Sunny's Place. That's awesome. What else do I know that you guys would like, though? Like, I know a lot of different styles of music. Like, Johnny Cash, I've played. Wagon Wheel, I've played. Country Roads, we played last week. People like that one, though. House of the Rising Sun. I do know another Stain song. It's been a while. I know that one. Landslide we've done. I need to just work on learning more songs and work on my own songs. 90s alternative. Yeah. I mean, I know a Green Day song. I played that once on here. Some Creedence. Who doesn't love Creedence? I know the song, but I don't know how to play it on the guitar. I love that song, though. You know who does a good version of that song, Sonny, is Sean James. It's the outlaw country genre that I'm really obsessed with right now. Tyler Childers, Colter Wall. Sean James has a really gritty outlaw country voice. Like it's like a rock country I don't even know how to explain it, but he does a version of that that's really good. Your singing and guitar playing is the best when my audience is semi-wasted. I feel like my singing's better when I'm wasted. House of the Rising Sun. Whew. I have a guitar player friend named Peanut that's here locally, and he'll play guitar for me on this song. And when he does that, I can wail it a lot better, but me playing it is not so great. Let me think. Think how it goes for a second. I think it's 𝙎𝙬𝙊𝙖, Sunnies. Oh, you found it. Never mind. I don't play guitar very well, so. So this is the right octave. I don't think that's the right octave. There we go. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy's. God knows I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. My husband was a gambler. He goes from town to town, and the only time that he's satisfied is when he drinks his liquor down. Oh, mothers, tell your children not to do what I have done. You spend your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Scroll on my phone real quick, sorry. I've got one foot on the platform, the other's on the train, and I'm going back to New Orleans, where that falling tree. It's a long song. Going back to New Orleans, my race is almost run, and I'm going to spend There is a house in New Orleans they call Rising Sun. Whoa. It's been the ruin of many a poor voice, and God, I know I'm one. So besides messing that one up, hopefully you guys heard it okay. I don't know how well the mic on my laptop works. Let's see what I missed. By comparison, I can make you look like a rock star. I don't know. You haven't seen how bad my guitar playing is. I actually had an issue. I talked about it before on my channel. Last January, I had an issue where I was playing at an open mic here in Gettysburg, and some guys decided it was important to make comment about my weight. And so I hadn't played in, it took me 8 months to get back out again. And that was in August. And now that I'm doing it on the lives, people have been very kind about it. And so I'm feeling more and more comfortable playing again, which is nice. Rebecca says, I live in an apartment and do container garden and a hanging garden. See, I would love to see more people that do YouTube videos about gardening to show, and I'm sure there are people that are, but to actually show this is what you can do. Here's the possibilities. I would do it here, and I probably could, in some regard, like show here's what you can grow in just this one window, but I don't think it'd be fair because we've got all this land that we can grow food on. What else we got? Freebird? Yeah, I'm not gonna do Freebird. Your audience only wants to hear Baby Shark. I was singing that to Marco, to Samson Farms the other day. Susan, I love your voice. Thank you, Susan. I really appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying your chicken book, by the way, that I sent you. Mary's Nest is really good. She does a whole food cooking. I'll have to check that out. Have Donald kick their ass? Yeah. Donald wasn't there that night. It was actually at a friend's birthday party. That was at open mic, but you know how people get. Like, that's one of the people keep saying, you know, you need to get on The Voice and all these other things. And I'm like, they would eat me up and spit me out. Ballad of Curtis Lowe. Yeah. Do I know Hotel California? No. Although I do love singing that song. Like, I'll sing it in the car all day long. See you, Davis Family Farm. Thank you for stopping by. We are getting into the last 2 minutes of the stream. So did you guys have any questions for me? Otherwise, I'm going to talk about a channel, which I like to promote other channels, other YouTube channels at the end of my live. So yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'll play music. We have a local band here in Mechanicsburg called the Colt Wilbur Band. And Colt Wilbur is a phenomenal singer. He's a really good friend of mine. So when I see him in concert, he always brings me up to sing Jackson with him. We do a Johnny June duet to that song. And he himself, like, people try to encourage him to go on America's Got Talent or something. He's like, I'd rather just play in a bar than play in a big audience. And that's kind of where I'm at too. So do I know the lights went out in Georgia? Thunder Rolls. I don't know them on the guitar, but I know the songs. So I guess these are songs I'm going to have to learn how to play for you guys. Thank you for stopping by Sunny's Place. I really appreciate it. Sleep well. And I think for channel promotion, there was someone I was going to promote this week, and now I don't remember. Well, I will say I'm going to promote Yellow Rose again because, one, they sent me this amazing gift, and they are trying to reach 200 followers on YouTube. Yellow Rose Homestead. I don't know if it was at the last live or the live before I mentioned that they had found their property that they wanted in Texas, and they were putting down, they got a contract on it. They were getting a loan. Well, they weren't able to get the financing straightened out in time, so they had to let go of the property, which is devastating because they were going to live right outside of where Donald's family is, which means I would be able to stay there and visit both. So they're also truck drivers. So it's a husband and wife team. One drives at night, one drives during the day, and they just go all over the country to deliver goods. And all of our truck drivers and grocery store clerks and nurses and emergency personnel and even janitors, I feel like they need our support right now. And so if you have a channel that you want to check out, Yellow Rose Homestead. If you also have your own channel and you're interested in learning a little bit more about the DaVinci video editing software, which is what I use for our channel, he's got a video coming out tomorrow on that. He's done previous videos showing how to do that. But yeah, truckers are keeping the country moving right now. That's who I promote as a channel to follow at the end of this live with the Yellow Rose Homestead. Hi, Country Homestead. Thanks. Off to music on headphones. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm going to head over to the Broussard's Homestead because I know they're live at the same time that I am. So if you want to still hang out with me through chat, we'll head over there and I will see you guys next week. I was going to have Donald on next week, but he's not allowed to take off now. He was going to have off next week to come and be on live again since they switched the schedule, but now none of them are allowed to take off during the quarantine. So anyway, see you guys next week. Take care.